Indeed, the second reason that I am very proud about pillar, the pillar today is simply because we are completing 1 year. We just started off in tiny, one room, and then it's amazing to see where we are going. So, having said that, to start off, I would like to take few minutes to welcome all the new members. So students who have signed up for the Resolvers pillar who are here today, and then of course the new staff members who have come on board to APIT, newly joining APIT, and then of course joining the pillar also new as well. So a warm welcome to all of you who are in the platform today. And I hope and I believe that all of you will have an amazing journey and you will be able to have some fun and of course live your dreams in terms of resolvers and be able to do some good to the community, not just in webinars and forums but physically as much as possible as well. So having said that, let me take a few minutes to take you all through what is our last year has been like. So if I am to tell you what is resolvers, until I just share my screen. So Resolvers has been nominated as one pillar. We have 5 pillars at APIT. So Resolvers had been nominated as one pillar in order for us to continue the social community responsibility on behalf of APIT. And on top of that, not just to limit to APIT, but to definitely go away and go beyond, above and beyond in doing the work and bringing the um, community and leadership, and then of course all the empathy and all the other social skills in the young leaders. And when I say young leaders, all students, you are not young anymore. You are young, but you do have a tiny another generation right behind you following as well. So that is the school children, right? So you will be taking the leadership, right, to take over and make sure that these skills that we talk about will be imparted, and they will have the opportunity as school children to have a better understanding of the social skills and then of course humanistic aspects as well. So having said that, I hope my screen is coming clear, and I would like to take a few minutes, as I said, to say where we have been, right? So last year, October, we just met in a room. I mean, sure, the people who have been here from day one can remember. We were just called into as staff members and some students to meet up in a room. That is our L4CR 5 in APIT premises. Some of you know what it is, some of you don't. So it's a classroom that we normally meet up for staff meetings. And we did meet in last October and we started talking about, okay, what is resolvers? What can we do in these resolvers and why are we coming up with it? So that's where the concept started. And from there, we continued to, meet and defining our objectives and think of, okay, how do we go about it? And without absolutely no idea, we kind of came up with like, a few numbers put together thinking, okay, maybe we'll focus on spending this amount for the year. And then somewhere towards December we started reading books. So it's a very nice and a very pleasant feeling to say that even up to today the book reading sessions are continuing at APIT in different platforms. We have Pick a Book Club that has come on board as a result of reading, and then we also have 7 habits reading sessions that are continuing. So we are very happy that we were the starting point to start reading books to figure out who we are, what are our attributes, what are our values, and how do we go about it with resolvers. So having said that, towards January we made sure that we met our students, whoever who was available to to talk about the ideas and then how we can go about it. And of course after that we expanded into toolkits, trying to figure out, okay, what type of toolkits can we kind of work on, and what are the types of activities we can work on and through resolvers. And then after that, we moved towards February. We created our vision and tagline. We did not have what are we going to do in mind, even though we had a very gray area of ideas. So we were managed to, with a lot of discussions, we managed to come up with an amazing vision and a tagline. So we, as resolvers, we remain as nurturing future leaders, and our vision is to make sure that the leadership is empathetic and inclusive, and it is headed by the young generation, not just all of us as staff members. And March was quite considerate for us. We started looking for logos, and we started having competitions, and we started talking to students, designing our logo in different aspects. So as a result of that, we were able to come up with an amazing logo which represents liberty, integrity, inclusion, and so many other information and characteristics. And we have our logo, which is just over here in the screen. And then towards April, we started our official monthly staff forums. Parallelly, we also started our student forums, and we started meeting, on monthly basis to see what type of projects can we do, how can we take it forward. So I am very happy, and I'm really, really thankful to all our staff members from the pillars who have joined us. To resolve as pillar, because everyone has contributed in some way for us to be here as we are today as resolvers. If I'm to recall, some people just work on the constitution, some people worked on the documentation, and some people worked on finding out and fine tuning activities, and so many things have been going on. So I really want to thank the staff as well for that. And of course, towards May we started having our specific events with the students. And I am very happy to see that the ones who are on board today are the students who have been continuing these activities in different platforms and different months starting from May. Then towards June, we started creating our student awareness for in-house students, and of course, parallel to the outside students as well from different schools as and when they are available. So June was quite considered for us because we were planning on going out for some activities, but unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we had to kind of control it. But it did not stop us from doing the projects we were doing. So we had the opportunity to continue some very nice, impactful events that we have been doing for the last few months. And then July, of course, it was amazing platform for us because as we never expected, it was too soon for us to even think of tapping the international platform, but we got an amazing opportunity to do a joint project with the United Nations of Sri Lankan Friendship Federation, whereas we were able to bring the resolvers name to the global platform, where some of our students got together and presenting the concepts about different concerns that we had in Sri Lanka. So if I go into August, of course, we commenced our infrastructure. So we are still a club that is, more than just a club. It's a national movement. We are fine tuning, getting ready with our infrastructure, getting ready with our constitutions, getting ready with our way forward pretty much. So that was August for us to start over and finalize a lot of impacts towards, website project, and then of course making awareness and what is our marketing platform for the student awareness and all of that, which started off in August. Then towards September, so of course we started addressing the taboo talks as we started initially thinking of our co-attributes. So we have been able to come up with few co-attributes, and one of them being daring, right, and one of them being leading. So living by that example, living by that attribute, we started addressing certain social taboo talks in order for us to be the initiative pillar or initiative movement in Sri Lanka to start talking about different aspects. So it's very interesting to see. At the same time, very pleased to say that September we were able to get approvals for APIT to have the support for female students in terms of their menstruation difficulties and challenges that they are going through. And we're looking forward to have certain other regulations and establish as well. So if that's the case, APIT will be the very first university in Sri Lanka to allow and accommodate this inclusion to the tertiary education as well. So having said that, we continue to go, we continue to keep going. And I would want to, as much as I thank everyone, I would want to let you know that movement this national movement and this pillar and this club will continue to go through so many changes, because we do, as resolvers, we do not believe in sticking to one constitution only and one set of processes and continue with that. As and when the social requirement comes in, we will definitely continue to carry on with our projects and carry on with our uh, changes in the club and all that to be accommodated in the best way. So that's about the initial arrangement, initial 1 year for us has been. And it was not definitely something that is easy, and something that was quite interesting. At the same time, it was very challenging. It was, there were times of frustration, and there were times of difficulty. There were times of so many hiccups. But having said that, I want to just bring this slide finally, which gives us a recap of where we have been. So we have been able to kind of bring all these concepts together, right? Different concepts, but that we never thought that we'll talk about. And it's, I want to, at this point, thank all the parents and all the other adults who have come on board in order for us to continue this journey. So, as we are completing 1 year, if I'm to come back to today's opportunity, it is very important to know that we are connecting students and we are connecting staff members together in one pillar. So from today onwards, we will continue to work in one platform. We will continue to have our monthly forums and all our gatherings as one Resolvers member pillar. And having said that, I would like to take a minute to give a special announcement. So we do have students who have got involved without any prior engagement, without any prior invitation, simply because of their passion, simply because of their engagement, and simply because of their, I would say, commitment. Right. So we have been able to be in touch with a lot of students. We had close to 60 to 70 members who signed up for Resolvers, but at the same time, we did have about 10 to 11 students who were tirelessly, selflessly working in this platform. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of them and to officially announce the Student Resolvers Bench for the next year. So this, I would want to let you know, this filtering has taken place. As resolvers, we will never go into a voting. We will purely work on the passion base. We will purely work on their individual initiation base. So the members who have come on board will continue to have a 1 year of official executive bench, but that doesn't mean that others can't come on board. Every single time you have a requirement, you think you are passionate about a project, you can always come on board and join us. So having said that, let me have the honor of announcing the executive bench for 2022 for the Resolvers Club. So starting off with I'm going to stick to the first names as casual as possible, because you will be always loved and you will be always reserved, rather referred as the same name and the same. Some of them have been saying, "Don't use my full name. I like to be called in these names." So I would like to go with those names that all of you enjoy. So we do have Hazina on board. Hasina, congratulations, and it's amazing to see that you have been a wonderful soul with the student body, working from day one. Right, Hasina, I still remember walking into the very first meeting, and ever since then had been engaged in all the work. Without any initiation, without any, I would say, influence from the staff end. So, congratulations. So, you're on board for us. And I hope Chamira is with us. He's currently not in the country, but if you're here, Chamira, you're again, congratulations for coming on board. If you see all these beautiful artwork, design patterns, all this so far had come from Chamira. So Chamira is a final year student again with us, and it's amazing to see that some of our website content will be developed and will be taken forward by the team of Chamira and Hasina in the future. So congratulations, guys, for that. And then we do have next on board is Taruka. Right, so Taru has been again another amazing soul. I'm sure staff members, all of you see her in different platforms. So finally, now she has decided she's going to be with Resolvers throughout, and this reminds me of like few other clubs. Just started off as a very baby club and doing amazingly well right now with Appit. So congratulations, Taru, and hope to see you more around and that you can enjoy work with Resolvers as well. And then, of course, our next generation male, who is again very interestingly getting involved in very interesting talks. I would really want to commend him. That is none other than Harish. right? So Harish has also joined us very recently, but at the same time, I really want to commend your engagement and, of course, your involvement without any invitation, without any forcefulness. You guys have been working together. So Harish, congratulations, you're coming on board as well, and hope it will be, more events and coming up more topics that we could really nicely talk about as well, right? All right, so moving on to the next person on board is Sheruni, again another student of us who had been there with us from the beginning. So it's amazing to see all these students have not missed a single session that we had together, not missed any task that is given for them to do. And I believe I have been one of the very tough people to give them challenges and put them purposely on the hotspot. So Sheru has been one of the amazing people who who is a creative director who has a very good exposure towards artistic views. Ironical combination being an IT student, right? So, welcome on board and hope to have you around as the executive bench as well. So, then we also have Sayuni, very silent but amazing, I would say amazing personality in terms of, again, getting involved in expressing the passion, empathy, and of course keeping all of us in that happy bubble whenever we have difficulty. She would be the person who would be always encouraging. So I really like your bond that you have formed, Sayuni. So all the very best and keep up the good work, right? So we have next in line Amruta coming on board. Amru has been one of the people that I think I purposely tested out for patience. So she had been missing out on few meetings purposely on my fault, and I remember, but she never gave up. She had been always saying, "It's okay, Miss. What did I miss? Can I catch up?" And I would want to contribute. And she had been amazing soul as well in terms of resolvers. So Amruta, welcome on board, and all the very best for you to continue your work with resolvers as well. And next we do have Tavi. So Tavisha is our newest addition. Again, all these people, staff members and dear students, I want to let you know that many of these people who join Resolvers are accidental voluntary memberships, right? So we started talking about few projects, and out of the passion, they have started join and they have completely continued their work amazingly. So Tavisha is our main content writer and of course our I would say our researcher, and she's amazing in terms of documentation and in terms of professional writing and in terms of communications. So she will continue to be in the bench in the same area, if not more than that. And Tavi, all the very best and welcome on board. Right. So then we have two more to go. So we do have Kaushigan. I hope he's on the platform, right? So Kaushi, we will definitely have to work out our names. It's all right. So we are going to be just going with KK. That's fine. So Kaushi, it's very very nice to see that you come on board again. Another amazing male student who has been very much voicing about different concepts, breaking different norms for the betterment of youth, and it's amazing to have you on board. So wish you all the very best as well. And finally, we do have Dhananjana, right? So, and Dhananjana, and sorry, I'm missing out one more, right? So, Dhananjana, again, has been another person who had been really, really engaged in a lot of work on the back end, making sure that things are running very smooth. And I would like to, warmly welcome on you on board as well. And our final is Janani, right? So Janani had been the other addition that we have very recently and is our multiple language, I would say the multiple language coordinator, right? So resolvers believe in inclusion, believe in diversity, believe in making sure that everyone's equally treated. So all our projects that are going on, we do have 2 3 members who are taking the initiation to make sure that communication takes place in 2 different ways. So one is in terms of singular language, one is in terms of Tamil language, and one is in terms of right? So having said that, so we have all on board. I hope I did not miss out anyone. So congratulations to all of you, and it's amazing to see everyone on board. So while wishing all of you all the very best, I would like to hand over the meeting platform to you. because you do have few things line up that you want to share with us, and that is again, I have to let all the staff members know and all the other students who are on board know I have absolutely no clue what's going on, right? So just students, we have requested all of you to share your thoughts. How has resolvers adjusted you or supported you, or let you support the community? So we would like to hear from you, and handing it over to you. Taru, you're taking the platform, I believe.
Yeah, Miss. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Miss, for this lovely introduction. So, hi, everyone. I hope you're staying safe and doing amazing. So, we'd like to share our experience in terms of being a resolver. So, I've been a part of the Resolvers family ever since I joined Appit. It's been like around 7 to 8 months, I believe. So, Resolvers helped me to grow as a person, and that is the main key takeaway for me from Resolvers. And at the end, they became my family. I can just hop on a call with anyone, including our members or Miss Kaushali, and just vent and rant or just say anything and just make this a place where I can sort of release my stress and pressure. So personally, I've seen how far I've come being a part of the Resolver, and I can't wait to see Resolvers reaching new heights. With that being said, Sheru, would you like to share some thoughts?
Yes, Taro. So, as Miss Kaushali said, I'm one of the accidental members of Resolvers. I wasn't initially planning to join Resolvers, but it was very accidental. And I think the term happy accidents is the best way to describe my involvement, because I was able to do so many things, and like, so I was able to join so many projects, and I was able to find this new family within Epic, because with online classes and all, even with I'm somewhat closer to the resolvers a little bit more than my own batch because we have done so many projects together. And as Taru said, yeah, like all of us, we can just get on a call and just rant. And we none of our meetings are ever like official, because when we are talking about a certain topic, or something a little bit more controversial or anything, a lot of our opinions come out, and it opens up a conversation which everyone is comfortable in talking whatever the opinion is, which is one of the reasons which I love resolvers so much, is because of that openness. And another thing which I loved about resolvers was because it's not just about the presenters. A lot of the time people only see the presenters who present, but there's a lot of people working behind the scenes who are helping out, like Chamira with digital arts, and there's script writers, there's video editors, and there's so many things. So even if you are not a public speaker, there's always a place for you in this family. So that's what I would love to say to anyone who's a little bit shy to join Resolvers, thinking, oh, it's all about presenting. It's not. It's literally a family which anyone can join. And there's always a place for you. It's always open for anyone. And it's an open conversation. You have nothing to worry about, if to talk about any topic. So I'm really glad that this happy accident happened, and yeah, that's my experience with Resolvers so far, and I'm really excited for the future.
Same, Sheru. So thank you so much for sharing your lovely experience with us. We had a different kind of experience sharing now. I'd like to pass it to Sayu. So Sayu will be singing her experience. I hope everyone would enjoy it. Sayu, over to you.
Thank you, Taro. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes,
So,
Sayu.
um, actually, Taro asked me, "Can you sing your experience?" I was thinking what to sing, and then I figured out I chose this song "Million Dreams" because I believe what we have done in Resolvers and what I have experienced is that all of us are creating our own world. We have our own world, the dream of world, and we are just in a one step ahead, making that come true. And we are making an impact in the world. So I hope you enjoy. I'm not that a good singer, anyways. Um, Close my eyes, I can see the world that's waiting out for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. You can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams is keeping me awake. And I think of what the world could be, a vision that the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. Thank you. I think we all are working towards making our dream world coming true. Over to you, Taruka.
I'm almost in tears. So, guys, I just want to share this. So, Sayuni was constantly texting me saying, Tharu, I'm scared, Tharu, I'm scared. I've never done this in front of a crowd, but this was like, oh my God, thank you so much, Sayu. And with that being said, I'd like to invite Kaushi to share your experience.
Hi all, I'm Kaushikan. I was able to be the part of Resolve a August project named Love and Care during pandemic. We had a webinar and a post rally for this event where we discussed about myths related to COVID-19, relationships, and academics during the time of pandemic. It was really a useful session for me where I learned a lot of new stuff from that webinar. Apart from that webinar, I developed a few skills while organizing this event. Firstly, communication. Whether it is a Teams call or an email, proper communication is the key to success. And I was able to learn small miscommunication can cause a huge catastrophe while organizing this event. It was a huge lesson for me. Secondly, team working. Um, Communicating an idea to a set of new people was always a challenging thing for me throughout my entire life. However, I was able to break this barrier while working with these friendly teammates. So thank you guys. So this was my experience from this August project. Uh, Thank you guys.
I think we are all like breaking barriers and becoming the better version of ourselves throughout all these projects. With that being said, Hasi, over to you.
Thanks so much, Tharu. It's been a very exhilarating ride indeed. I'd like to say that with the initiation of the July project, which was the Sun for Climate Action project, I got the best team ever. Literally the best team ever, because there were no miscommunications, no barriers. We were just full on. Like everyone was going in the same pace, contributing, coming up with new concepts and themes. Like we did our first ever international project. I mean, it was just so soon, but we did it. And like I always say, it was a little secret ingredient we had. We worked as one, and that was the best thing that ever happened. We worked as one. Everyone was enthusiastic. They all wanted it to happen at its best, and we just loved every moment of working together. I still have them like right here, and I'm so happy to see you guys like always. uh, and Miss K as well, because as in Miss Kaushali. I'm sorry, I'm so used to saying Miss K. And yeah, she was just so strong for us at every single point. Would Taruka, would you like me to move on to our exciting session
Yeah,
now?
I guess. Yes, please.
All right. Okay. So we have a very exciting one. Some of our resolvers will be presenting a virtual drama about teachers and Teachers' Day. Yeah. So like it's a surprise for me as well. So we'll just go ahead and see, because Taru, she didn't let me even watch it. Let's go ahead.
Tavi, will you be sharing the screen?
Please.
All right. We could see the screen, Tavi.
Okay.
Share with sound.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. Is everyone present? Should I wait for some time? I think we should wait for a couple of minutes, maybe. Cool. All right, we can start then. As usual, only 18 participants out of 32. Anyways,
Tavi, can you unmute yourself? We can't hear the sound. You can play it from the place where it stopped.
Sure.
Yeah.
have you forgotten what we learned?
One eternity later.
It's SWOT analysis, sir.
Finally, someone replies, yes, SWOT analysis is what we learned last Monday. Guys, please communicate and be interactive. Otherwise, it's going to be a boring and not a interactive session for you guys as well as for me.
So this is the struggle a lecturer goes through in every online lecture. And we always complain about online lectures rather than giving a heart to what lecturers go through and their perspective. Amid this hard time, they also strive their best to give us the necessary knowledge and a better experience. But every time when a lecturer tries their best, we just say, "Ah, this lecture is so boring. I can't attend these early morning lectures, man." And we say that isn't interesting like physical classes, and why can't they open the university? Like this, we always end up blabbering all these complaints and not appreciating their efforts.
Let's take a moment and reflect upon ourselves. If we support lecturers, if they become more interactive, and if we start appreciate their commitment, they will feel more motivated, and they themselves will not be stressed, and we will also be able to have a good time with them.
Lecturers do not only support us with our academics, but they also teach us proper virtues, values, and discipline to help us be the better version of ourselves when we just step into the society.
There's a lovely quote by Bill Gates saying, I quote, technology is just a tool, but getting the kids working together and motivating them, the teacher is the most important, unquote. Dear academic and non-academic members of the APID family, we resolvers salute you and respect you for the education you impart. Celebrate the educator in you on this Teacher's Day. We wish you a very happy Teacher's Day.
Hazi. Thank you. Hazi, you are here, right? Yeah. Hasi, can you hear us?
Hello, I'm really sorry, Tharu. My call dropped.
No worries.
Right. Yes, thank you very much. That was a lovely video by Harish, Tavisha, Dana, Dananjani, Sayuni, and Janani. Thanks so much, guys. That was so entertaining. I think I have to watch the last bit later because I dropped. And yeah, on to you, Tharu.
Yes, thank you, Hasi. Team, would you like to share your thoughts when you were making the drama or anything, Thavi and the team?
It was really fun to make the drama. Like we were literally taking so much of takes because we wanted it to be like perfect, and some of us were really sleepy. So actually, I know Dana fell asleep. Honestly, in the video, she was not acting; she was literally sleeping. It was so fun. It was literally like Harish did an amazing job as a lecturer, so like we annoyed him a lot too. So it was really fun to make this.
Yeah, the video was so lovely, and thank you so much. You guys did it within one day, and I can't believe I just said one word. If you guys can do something for Teachers' Day, and you guys made it such a wonderful experience for all of us, thank you so much. And I think that is also another part of our learning experience. When we get together, there's nothing impossible. We can do everything. With that being said, I think we have another amazing segment that is social media launch. Tavi, would you able to share your screen? All right. So finally, we are officially on two platforms, that is Facebook and Instagram. I hope with the time we'd be able to go into other platforms such as LinkedIn as well. Tavi, will you be able to share? Go to the next slide. Miss Couch, are you here with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Um, I'm just checking to whom we should call to do the honors.
Okay, let's see. Do I would really like to invite if we have our chairman or our CEO in the platform. I hope they're around, but if that is not the case, just let me check on the. Do we have you on the call? It's okay. They are being very busy today, but I'm not sure whether they have gone, come and visited and gone. But having all of them on board on behalf of Resolvers Pillar, I believe I would go ahead and announce this effort to all the students and all the staff members. So the social media visibility and all the marketing and awareness visibility will be taken forward from today onwards, totally 100% by student body, the student resolvers who are coming on board. So this is all their work that they have done. So while wishing all of you all the very best and for a great platform for resolvers to go ahead. Let me now declare that we are going officially on social media, announcing all our students and all the students in Sri Lanka and in the world that Resolvers Club of Sri Lanka will and Resolvers Club of APIT Sri Lanka will take milestones to nurture future leaders. So, with that, you may go ahead to launch.
Thank you so much, Miss Tavi. If you could stop sharing, I'd be able to share my screen. Thank you. All right. So you are witnessing the first post of our Facebook page. I hope my internet is good. Let's see. All right, it's done. Let me go to Instagram page. Yes, it's done too. So you witnessed our first ever post. Um, with that being said, so we are officially on Facebook and Instagram. So I just have to say, please like, share, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook. With that being said, I think we can move on to the next segment, that is our upcoming project. No spoiler alerts, but just a brief idea of the next project. Tehani, would you like to do the honors?
Hello, yes. Give me 1 second. Let me just share my screen. Can you see it? Taraka, can you see it?
Yes, we can
Okay,
see.
perfect. So I know I'm talking about this, but this idea came from the students, and I've been. Taruka, is it just you, or have you been talking to your peers as well?
For now, it's only me. I think we
Okay,
can get others. Yes.
perfect. So I'm not going to take credit for this because this is an awesome topic, and so thank you, Tarika, for this. So as you may or may not know, every month each staff will be paired with a student and taking on like a topic of the month to create awareness and create these cool projects like this. So this is the one that the students will be talking about, food industry and the environment. So really, really cool project. Um, the idea behind this is also, this is something that all of us can start at home, all of us individually. We are connected to the environment in so many ways, but I think food is a major component of it, and it's something that we can all actually, it's in our control. For most of the parts, environment is hard because there are a lot of things that are out of all of our control, and those are bigger issues that we still have to talk about, of course. But this was discussed because it can very much be controlled by all of us at APIT. So this will be done by the students. I'm not going to give away too much. It's just kind of showing you all what the monthly projects are all about, and they're really fun ones. So as they spoke about, last month's one was on period awareness, and this one is on the food industry and the environment. Taruka, shall we say a bit more, or should we not spoil too much on different
Will
topics?
not spoil too
Not
much.
spoil it, right? That's what I
Yeah.
thought. That's what I thought. So this will be done by the students, and then Taruka and I have more that we've been talking about. We were thinking of, maybe trying to implement like a no waste zone at APIT, maybe on the sixth floor. And so that also we will go into more details later on what that entails. And, we're thinking of fun ways to implement it, like, no plastic bottles, single use plastic, sorry. And, how we package our food in the cafeteria and all these little things that make a big impact. And I think right now there's like one or two no waste zones. I think there was one in like Arugambe. Taruka, I'm not sure. You mentioned one more, right? A no waste zone that you had heard of.
I can't remember
Okay.
right. To be
Okay,
honest.
okay. So it's a really cool project. So we have some things lined up for this month, but this is the one that the students will be talking about. So it's going to be very exciting. So do join. If there's anyone on this platform right now that thinks this is cool and wants to be a part of it, you can email anyone of the students here that you can see, or me. I'll put my email in the chat for those of you that don't know. And yeah, if you want to be a part of it, you're, like we've said, this is a family that you can, come up with all these cool ideas and be a part of. So yeah, do contact us, and this is what the next one is going to be on. I hope you all find it interesting. Taruka, am I missing anything else?
No, I
So I
think
want
this
to
is
also
enough.
I want to
Yeah.
add up and say that we do have the monthly leaderships that are taking place. So for the month of October, the leadership will be held by the student resolver Haruka and the staff resolver Tehani. So that's the presentation they're talking about, a little bit about a sneak peek to what they have in mind. Okay. So with that, I believe we are at the end of the student segment. But I'd like to check with Tharu, is there anything else to be added before we move on to the next segment?
No, miss, there's nothing else to be added, but I just want everyone everyone to know that Miss K was such a support. I know she doesn't like when we appreciate her, but but she was a support pillar. We would just bug her at 1 a.m. in the morning, and she will still be there for us. Thank you so much, Miss K. We love you, and we'll always love you. Over to you, Miss K.
Thank you very much. Yes, indeed, it's a pleasure to work with young minds. And thank you for making me remember that I can still be young, right? So, all the students who are on board with us, I would like to invite all of you. Please do reach out to the executive bench. And if you have any projects, any ideas that you have, initiate it on your own. Absolutely perfectly fine, right? And I do know at the same time that we are a few, maybe about 10 minutes away from another amazing event that is taking place at APIT today, the official launch of the APIT Alumni Association of Sri Lanka. So that's also going to be taking place very soon. So I would like to convey my invitation to all of you if you have opportunity to join live on Facebook as well. And I do know that some of the staff members are called in for that meeting. You have to be ready. So please do go ahead and join that. It's perfectly all right. So we would like to now move into the segment of our budget. So 2022, we are looking at our budgetary arrangements to be presented. And we have Chamila on board, a mathematician, our statistician, who, from the staff point of view, who had been always supporting, not to forget Nishanti and Dimitri, and all three of them coming on board for support. And I'm sure you will have an amazing set of students to do this support as well. So Chamila, over to you to present what's our forecasted budget. This is not the approved one. This is what we are planning to be presented to the next board of management of APIT, so that with that, if we have these funds approval given to us, we are in a safe place to go ahead with our projects. So we do practice visibility. We do believe in having opportunity for everyone to add opportunities and suggestions. So let me take you through the budget, and over to you, Chamila. Let me
Hi,
share the
thanks,
slides.
Mausi. So, good evening, everyone. So, am I audible?
Yes, Chamila, all good.
Thank you so much. So, apologies. Apologize me too, like Tehani, that I have no access to camera. But don't worry, I won't be taking a lot of time. It's just few minutes. So, I hope all of you are doing well and safe. And very warm welcome to our student resolvers, our young hearts. You all are so amazing. Nice to have you all here today. So let me take you all through the Resolvers budget 2022. You might not have questions actually about this, but I'm sure you might definitely have things to add, things to suggest. So this is not a finalized version of our budget. Always open to suggestions. So we will be happy to have additions to these suggestions. You can go ahead with at the end. So it is one thing is noteworthy that the budget is prepared based on the discussions among staff pillar members who have budgetary expertise. And we present this for the awareness of all the pillar members. So here we go with the budget. So awareness and recognition segment includes mostly the marketing expenses that we would come across in the future. When we move out to schools, when the things are normalized, when we move out to schools, we need to have awareness. For this, we need to have social media set up, Facebook, IG boosting, also included press advertisements that would be needed to create awareness. And merchandising part includes the things that are we might have to come across with a dedicated T-shirt for resolvers and a badge sort of thing. So the some amount is allocated for that too. So in order to go for the website expansion, we might incur a cost for that too. So under the awareness and recognition part, we have included those things. And as we all know, we have a monthly event going on. And to accommodate anything that would be needed for the sessions going on in the future, we have allocated a small sum, and this would be the cost of the appreciation tokens that we will have to give if we are having plans to get any resource personnel outside and any preparations or decorations that might need for those sessions. So that's included there. And other one is the registration process. So we have to register resolvers as a separate club. And since we have engagement outside of it, so for this, we would incur a cost. And we do plan for an internship opportunity to be given for our one of our own student. So for that also we have allocated a small amount, and we seek expertise advice which would incur a cost included under club consultancy fee. Apart from that, just the suggested thing, it's a non-monetary reward for resolvers in appreciation of their hard work in the future. So we still seek approval from the management for this, but we have allocated an amount for that too. So I hope this is all with the budget, and I think it's all clear with all of you. And we have actually scheduled to submit this for the approval of the Board of Management very recently, and so you can come up with any suggestions, additions, if you have anything now, or else in few days you can come up with anything if you have. So that's all. Kaushi,
Thank you very
over to
much,
you. Yeah.
Shamila. Thank you so much for presenting this. So, as Shamila said, I would like to highlight the fact that this information has been put together not by just counting numbers, but we do have our financial officers and financial managers who are on board from the staff point of view and expertise who have come on board for the budgetary allocations. But again, as students, if you think there are any suggestions, you do have a 1 week's time that you can send any input to the resolvers at appit.lk. So we will be able to accommodate it and present it to the Board of Management for further approvals. So having said that, let me also take you through to the next constitution has been already set up and constitution has already been shared with some of the members of the executive committee, and this will be reviewed by the student executive bench as well now that they are on board. So we will be hosting and finalizing and going for the voting of constitution within another 2 weeks time, and that will be formalizing our club as an official entity as well. So having said that, I would like to just tell all the new students and all the new staff members who are on board. There's nothing called, you have to stay in line. There's nothing called that you have to follow somebody else's orders. Resolvers at the resolvers pillars, we are all equal. We just get together as human beings, and that's our common ground, right? So if you have any suggestions, any ideas, please do reach out. And I know, especially for the newbies who have come on board with us, they might be wondering, in schools, this was not the case. You can't voice out, but Appit is a place for you to have a voice. And not only Appit, the wonderful thing is we are looking at, getting out of the lockdown very slowly. So all these monthly projects that are taking place, you will be going to anywhere in the world and anywhere in Sri Lanka for you to continue with the platform and, have the pleasure of delivering these activities, having your life experiences gained as well. So I believe that's about it for us from our end. And so thank you very much, everyone, for joining. And congratulations to all the students who are on board. So you are a resolver. The word resolver stands for resolution. Doesn't really matter whether it is artistic, whether it is legislative, or whether it is communicative, as far as anything that is going on is resolved, even in the tiniest bit of way. So having said that, we are at the end of the meeting. I would like to take a minute to see if there's anyone who would like to add anything before we wind up for the day.
Kaushali, just a small thing that I missed.
Yes, Shamila.
Yeah, the budget is there in our shared location. Anybody could access if they couldn't go through at the presentation time. So it's there. Anybody can access.
Yes. Thank you very much for that reminder. Yes, it's accessible to all the staff and students. Student executive bench, you will have edit rights as well. So you could have any opportunities being edited and, added up as well as and when you want. Okay. All right. So if that is all, let's wrap up for another month and celebrating 1 year. Lot of milestones today. So student resolvers and the bench who had come on board, amazing planning as always, with the tiniest bit of information and tiniest bit of short notice. So continue to engage with other students. And if you think you want to become a monthly leader, please do reach out. And we will meet back again in another month officially for our gathering. But in the meantime, you're welcome. We have every other 2 weeks. We just open up a forum on Saturdays around 6 o'clock just to chit chat and make sure that all of us are in touch. So whenever you have time, do join. So with that, we're signing off for today and all the very best to everyone and have a good afternoon.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, ma'am.